Piecewise defined functions are functions that are defined by multiple equations. Each equation applies to different parts of the domain. None of your intervals overlap. When you look at a graph, it looks something like this. All three of these are good examples. Notice where this line ends at this x value, the next one picks it back up. Then you have a new line, and when this line ends, the third line picks up. None of your lines overlap on the x-axis where one ends, the next one starts, although technically you could have a gap where this one ends before the next one picks up. When you look at equations, they look like this. So I'm telling you, this is the first line I graphed, and it is only graphed for x values less than or equal to 0. This is the second line I graphed, and it's only graphed for x values greater than 0. We are not just going to be looking at graphs when we are looking at piecewise functions. Sometimes I'm going to just give you the function like this and ask you to determine specific values. When that happens, if I ask you for f of -4, do not sub the -4 into all equations that they give you. Look at these two domain restrictions. -4 is only less than or equal to 0. It's not greater than 0. So -4 falls into this first domain. So that means I'm going to sub -4 only into the first equation. I usually leave them in fraction form, although technically you can also give me the decimal. Let's do some more examples. F of 2. Is 2 less than or equal to 0? No. Is 2 greater than 0? Yes. That means 2 falls into this category, so we are only going to sub it into the second equation. F of 0. Is 0 less than or equal to 0? Yes, it's or equal to, so we need to sub it into the first equation. And 4, is 4 less than or equal to 0? No. Is 4 greater than 0? Yes. So sub that into the second equation. You will only sub each of these values into one equation. You only have one number answer. You may want to pause the video to try the second example before we start. All right, f of 1. Is 1 less than or equal to -2? No. Is 1 between -2 and 1? No. Is 1 greater than or equal to 1? Yes. 1 falls into this category. Sub it into the third equation. F of -3. Is -3 less than or equal to? If it helps you, less than, I like to think more negative. So -3 is more negative than -2. So we are going to sub -3 into this first equation. -2, is -2 less than or equal to -2? It's or equal to. So again, we can sub into that first equation. 0, is 0 less than or equal to -2? No. Is 0 between -2 and +1? Yes, it falls into this category. If I sub a 0 in here, there's not an x value for me to sub in at all. So no matter what this number is, as long as it's between -2 and 1, your answer is going to be 3. So if I had -1, still be a 3. If I had +1/2, still be a 3. +9/10, still be a 3. Whatever you sub into this equation, it's going to be 3 regardless of what your x value is. Last one, f of 2. 2 is greater than or equal to 1, so I'll sub it into this last equation and get this answer.